Well, hi there. Warm welcome. You're watching Blueprint Explosive Exclusive, and I'm Meghna Deka. Well, first up, let me ask you, what's common between Beyonce, Anne Hathaway, Zoe Kravitz, and Ashton Kutcher? Well, all these big stars that you can see behind me, all of them have one thing in common. All of these celebrities follow extreme diets. They all look perfect, no doubt about that. Look at the perfection that they project on the screens. They all look perfect, no denying that. But what does it come with a price? What's the price that you're willing to pay to lose weight, to look so-called perfect, as the definition is? Let me warn you, diets are not just fads, they can be fatal. In an age where social media dictates trends and influences millions, this line between wellness and harm has never been more blurred. To look perfect like the stars do, all of this comes with a price that you will be forced to pay. Let's tell you how. There's an 18-year-old girl, you can see her right behind me on your screens, in Kerala's Thalassery. She learned this the hard way. This 18-year-old girl, she was driven by the obsession to lose weight. She followed a dangerous water fasting routine for nearly 6 months without consulting a dietitian, unfortunately. In fact, she abstained from food, surviving mainly on hot water. She hid the food that her family was giving to her and then would secretly throw it away. What we are picking up is that her weight decreased to 31 kgs and she still thought that she was overweight. Eventually, she was admitted to the ICU with critically low sugar levels, sodium as well as blood pressure. After 12 days of ventilator support, her condition worsened and she died. Doctors had confirmed that this young girl, she died due to anorexia nervosa, which is an eating disorder. It is not just about the body, but also psychologically affects the patient. So what really is anorexia nervosa? Well, let's explain it to you. Anorexia nervosa is a psychological disorder characterized by obsessive fear of gaining weight. Those suffering from this condition often engage in severe calorie restrictions. Despite being dangerously underweight, they think themselves to be overweight, even when their bodies are far from it. In fact, this disorder not just is about food, it's a very complex mental health issue as well, which must be addressed. It has very serious psychological consequences. If it is left untreated, anorexia nervosa can unfortunately turn fatal, as the body's vital functions slowly shut down one after the other. Unfortunately, it's not just common people like us. Even celebrities have fallen prey to it. There are many of them who carry out and exercise and follow extreme diets for themselves. For example, you have on your screens the gorgeous-looking Beyonce. But she had once gone on a maple syrup diet. Essentially, she was only drinking sugar water. That was a maple syrup diet. Then you have others as well. You have Jacob Elordi, who ate a pound of bacon every day as part of the diet that he was following. Anne Hathaway, she ate two thin squares of dried oatmeal paste per day. And that would be her only diet mantra. Zoe Kravitz drank clay to lose weight. Of course, all of them had one thing in common. They all had dietitians. Ashton Kutcher, another person who was following a fruitarian diet, ate only fruits and ate only nuts, and that's about it. Well, there are these methods which have been shown results. For some, they say. For others, they have proven to be deadly. Take a look at some of these celebrities. Young, vibrant lives lost in that quest for the perfect look. You can see behind me several well-known fitness influencers who have tragically lost their lives as a result of pushing their bodies to the limit in pursuit of this perfect physique. Zana Samsonova, she is just one of them. This young girl, she did an extreme raw vegan diet. Eventually, she died of it. Then there is also Brandy Mallory, who died after undergoing rigorous regimens for her health. To keep herself fit, they have actually killed themselves with these diets. So extreme diets, what is the price that you will pay for it? Extreme diets, do they equal extreme woes as well? What price will you pay for the so-called perfection that many people promise online? So let me go across to our panelists today. We have Sreemathy Venkatraman, who's joining us, a clinical dietitian and a wellness nutritionist, and also the founder of Meetha Ahara Eat. Also joining us today on the show, we have Dr. Ishwar Gilada, Infectious Diseases Expert and Secretary General of the Organized Medicine Academic Guild. Welcome to the show. First, I'm going to start with you, ma'am, Sreemathy Venkatraman, because it's important for us to understand. Many people feel the need to lose weight. What is your advice? How should they go about it? Because unfortunately, in the case of the 18-year-old, and many people, I'm sure, who are watching that show would know people either in their family or they themselves who are actually following online diets without a dietitian involved.
Thank you for having me. Good evening, all. This is very dangerous. This is because of peer pressure. So when you see that they play on the insecurities, when you look at the social media, when you look at these celebrities with perfect figures even after delivery, or they are looking so beautiful, so-called perfection, as you pointed out. So what it is it plays on your mind and also the peer pressure, the body shaming. So what we always perceive is that it is not that just healthy eating. There are a lot of people who eat healthy but cannot lose weight and other things. Definitely, there is a healthy way to lose weight and there is a dangerous way to lose weight. You can also see currently many celebrities you see them losing weight. You think of them, okay, let me try this also. But everything is very unique to you. When you look at this 19-year-old, there are a lot of teenagers or the early adults, as you say, when they get into the college, they're very scared because they want to look very ideal, which is the so-called body image, or the boys, they just want to put on muscle. So many people come to us and say, ma'am, I want to lose weight. I'm going to start college, or they say I want to build on muscle and I want to do it. So the social media, when you look at it, have a particular drink, you're going to lose weight. Have a particular, a seed, a magic formula. And the other thing is 13 kilos lost in 23 days. Look at his diet plans. Look at their protein. Everything is hyped over there. I tell my clients, yes, everything is healthy out there if it is a natural food, but does it suit you? What life stage or life cycle you are in? Please go to a qualified dietitian or a nutritionist. Try to see what is your goal, set your personalized goals, personalized nutrition plan, and do it the healthy way. Because you see even certain celebrities where looks malnourished or drastic weight loss. It should not be muscle loss, it should be fat loss.
And that's a very important point. But that is exactly the kind of distinction that people have been unable to make. Many people, Dr. Ishwar Gilada, do not understand the difference between weight loss, fat loss, and muscle loss. In the long run, it can be very dangerous. Can you explain to us, if people go about dieting, what happens to them, even if immediately, let's say some of them may not have some of the immediate anorexia nervosa, for example, which can turn fatal, but even the wrong way of dieting could lead to long-term damage. Can you explain that, please?
See, basically, there are two different things here. One is the anorexia nervosa, which is a completely nutritional and psychological disorder, and mostly seen in female of adolescent age, around 16, 17, 18. Sometimes they go to pediatrician, sometimes they go to adult physician. But there is a shyness to go to psychiatrist. And this is a psychological disorder. There is hardly any medicine to manage that. You need to have a combination of treatment. You need to have a psychological, emotional, family support, and nutritional. So we must involve nutrition. Now, the second issue, what you are explaining, is that people have become figure conscious. Yes, everybody wants to look good, and therefore mirrors are made to look at yourself. But nowadays, there's Instagram, there's a Facebook, everywhere you want a different picture. You want to be shown as a kind of a model. So there are different ways, and they think about. Sometimes there's a stress factor in your workplace. Sometimes you want to go in a ballet, or some particular competition. Sometimes it is a genetical or cultural, but whatever happens, it doesn't happen overnight. So everybody in the family is watching, everybody in the friend circle is watching, everybody in the relative is watching. So intervene then. You don't wait till the person is losing weight to become 24 kg or 25 kg. You don't wait till the person lands up in a ICU. So you need to have a different kind of therapies. But first and foremost, a dialogue is very important.
Intervention, dialogue, awareness, which is why we are having this show. If there's anyone around you, or if you yourself feel that there may be issues with your health in this quest for perfection, reach out to people. Speak to people who may need help. But Sreemathy Venkatraman, unfortunately, that is the truth of this generation, the generation which is on their phones the whole time. The kind of social pressures that this generation faces is unlike any that our generations would have seen. We did not have this image of perfection being flashed in front of our eyes every day and being told that this is what perfection looks like. And now there is easy access to online diets, for example. There are many people who may not, especially if it happens to adolescents, young girls may not have that kind of money to go to a dietitian. Is that the added pressure that they are dealing with that the parents must address?
See, the thing as teenage children, they are always cooped up in their phones, or they only see the screen time. They also think that, which is normal, that parents don't know anything. They hide from siblings, they hide from parents. They are cooped up in their rooms. I have also have some clients where they've gone for drastic diets and the parents have brought only after a month or so, they would have had some neuro problems where because of the deficiencies it will show. It is very easy to blame parents, but also that the parents are also quite helpless because the children don't listen to them and they are not aware because they are cooped in the room. They take the family meal, they dump it in their room, or they just hide it. That is very classical anorexia nervosa, or eating and vomiting, which is bulimia. We also know of very famous personalities who have gone through these. And this is intense pressure that is coming up from the social media saying that, okay, where there is fear of weight gain, just not what you're eating, but also psychological, because you're already insecure, you're stressed out because of your grades, because of your social pressures, because of so many things that you see around you, and you want to emulate them. You want to be appreciated. You want to be validated for what it is. This plays on your mental insecurity. And that is what the Insta influencers or any other influencers or celebrities which you see, you think that that is normal. That is not normal. There are a lot of other people, they have help. They have their own way of doing it, whether it's a sports person or a thing. We have to take everything with a pinch of salt and personalize it for what works for you, and not just look at them and say, this is perfect. There is no perfect in a body image. You might be in an adolescent age. What happens when you do intense fasting? You go into severe deficiencies. Your period stop if it is a 19-year-old thing. Your puberty, after puberty, your period stops. The body goes into a survival mode, whatever it can stop. And you go in this heat where the whole country is facing summer, early summer. It's already 40 degrees in many states. You dehydrate so fast, and when you're only drinking water without electrolytes like salt and other things in it, you're going to go into severe heart problems, your long-term neurological
problems. It's essentially a complete shutdown of the body if you deprive it of the critical nutrition that it needs. In this quest for perfection, what are you doing to your body? Be healthy. Don't think about losing weight. Fitness is going to be the key, and not being thin. Perhaps we can all agree on that. But thank you so much, Sreemathy Venkatraman, for joining us, as well as Dr. Ishwar Gilada. Very good advice that you've given, Dr. Gilada. If you know anyone who's facing this problem, do reach out to them. Reach out to psychiatrists, reach out to psychologists, reach out to the doctors. It's important that it is addressed and it's treated at the earliest. Let this diet not turn deadly. Without a short break, don't go anywhere. We return in 2 minutes.